guys, it's PonkyPlays. Welcome to a Raid Shadow Legends video. So right now there is a double chance for epics, legendaries, and mythical champions for primal shards, which I feel like the last one was not too long ago. So kind of surprising that Raid is deciding to do it so soon after the last one, but I'm not complaining. I unfortunately don't have like a 10 pool that I can do, so I'm gonna have to pull each one individually. I'm also, as you can see, out of all my other shards because I messed up on the fusion. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go for it, but I think it was there was two extra legendary events going on during it, and I decided I wanted to try and go for them. So I was like, I might as well go for it, but I ended up missing the very last event. I forgot to finish it out, and so right now I'm stuck with 3 of the epics and 3 of the rares. So I summoned all my other shards, hoping that I could get either an extra rare or an extra epic, and no luck. So hopefully, if I don't pull a mythic or legendary champion from my primal shards, I'll at least be able to pull the epic. I also do have 2 remnant summons I can do, but yeah, this is pretty much the last chance I'll get. It's very unfortunate. I summoned a lot during from the last event till now, trying to remedy my mistake. And unfortunately, because I know Raid for like fragments will eventually like sell you fragment pieces if you did end up not being able to collect all of them, but they don't do that with the fusions. So because honestly, I would consider putting like 5, maybe like $10 to get like the void rare at the very least. Probably not anything more than that, just because I spent so many resources. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's do some summoning, and hopefully all of my bad luck from missing the last event will turn into some good luck with the primal shards. Let's see. Okay, actually Rock Sam after the buff is pretty nice. Not mad at all about that. I don't remember if they changed his base stats. I almost want to say they did, because I don't think he was that fast before. But attacks an enemy, feels his turn meter, places a perfect veil. If it crits and he wants to deal, I mean, he can deal a lot of damage, so there's no reason to not build him with crit. And then if he's under a veil of perfect veil, fills his turn meter by 20% instead. Very nice. Attacks an enemy, fills his turn meter by 50%. Places a stun on the target for 1 turn when attacking while under a veil or perfect veil buff. And then places sleep if not, and then places a perfect veil on himself for 2 turns after attacking without. And then ignore shield, strengthen, and unkillable buffs. This one I feel like could still be a bit better, but his passive makes up for it, I feel like. And then this one, an AoE attack. Before attacking, places decreased defense and weaken. This is while under a veil. And decreases the cooldown of his A2 skill. Yeah, jungle ambush. By 2 turns, and ignores block debuffs, shields, and strengthen. Really strong. And then if he's not under the veil or perfect veil, he will attack at 1 single enemy, but he still does the decreased defense and weaken before, which is still at least really nice. So pretty good against bosses. Single bosses, I guess. And then places the perfect veil on himself for 2 turns after. But yeah, the passive makes a huge difference. He places block debuffs, increased attack, continuous heal whenever he receives a veil or perfect veil, and then places a protected perfect veil whenever an enemy receives a buff from skills. really, really strong. And then if the target's max HP is higher than him, we'll ignore 15% of the target's defense. And if it is double or more of his HP, we'll ignore 30%. It's a really, really good passive. Very strong. And then crit rate in all battles by 23%. I mean, if you've got no other better aura, not bad. But yeah, no. The fact that they changed the cooldown on this, so now he's very reliably, even if, you know, you're not counting just on his passive to put the perfect veil on him, and just have another perfect veil champion that places it on him. It's a really, really nice decreased defense and weaken. He's dealing a lot of damage, like providing a lot of, yeah, just much better. Definitely very exciting. I'm assuming that all of these ratings are from before the buff. I don't know, but I'm excited. Let's hope I can get some more good things. Maybe a mythic. Again, hopefully the epic that I'm missing. Let's see. Wow. That is shocking. I'm surprised I'm getting more legendaries than epics, but I guess I won't complain. I think Druid is pretty interesting. Attacks an enemy, heals himself by 5% of their max HP, and then 10% if he's under 50% HP. Not terrible. An AoE attack places Perfect Veil on all allies except for himself for 2 turns, and then a counter attack and a strengthen buff on himself for 2 turns. Could be better. It's okay. And then Animus Infusion heals a target ally by 20% of this champion's max HP. And he's an HP champion, so that could be pretty nice. Then balances the HP of all allies. The HP level of all allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP, which that's great. And then after balancing, places ally protection on the initial target for 2 turns. On a 4-turn cooldown, but I believe, I want to say this is the skill that gets his cooldown reduced when he takes damage. And it's a 40% extra, so almost a 30% heal. Like, that part itself would be kind of underwhelming, but I do like the HP rebalance. And then decreases the cooldown of Animus Infusion, which is that one, yeah, by 1 turn for every 10% HP that he loses, which that's really nice. That works really well with his A1 and A2 skills combined. I think he's interesting, not like crazy powerful, but I think it could be fun. People seem to think otherwise, though. But yeah, let's go ahead and summon the last 3 and see what I can get. I was hoping for the epic. I mean, very unlikely, but still. Let's go ahead and summon the last 2 remnant summons, or the 2 remnant summons I have, and hope for, again, either the epic or a cool mythical, maybe. That's unfortunate. I mean, I've got gems. Honestly, though, like, it'd be much more likely for me to be capable of summoning the rare from void shards than it is summoning the epic from ancient shards, which is the reason why I just don't think it's worth spending my gems on shards. It just sucks that I ended up using all my resources for nothing. I'm surprised I pulled so many legendaries, though, and both new champions once they're known. So that's kind of exciting. I wonder, because right now there's the champion chase going on, so that definitely got me a few points at least. I don't know if there's any good rewards from there, though. No shard rewards, unfortunately. But maybe from the path, or the, yeah. Nothing from there either. So I guess that's gonna be it for today's video. Honestly, the biggest reason I was hoping to go for the fusion was because I wanted to collect some of the coins. Because I would definitely love to go for a Lady Noelle or even a Tormid. Or a Wixwell, because I have no Wixwell and he would be great with my Titus. Getting any coins would have been nice. But I guess now I'll just have to figure out what to do with all the all the copies of the champions I own. Again, very unfortunate, but you know, I just need to focus a little bit more. It's hard because if you watch my other videos, you know that I also play Watcher, and I'm trying to, you know, put some time into both games, but it's hard to like really focus fully on either. So I feel like I'm kind of half doing both games. I mean, I'm putting a lot of time in both games, mostly Raid still though, because there's just so much content in Raid right now, and it requires a lot of time. Yeah, it's hard to like spend all that time in both games and then put in the time to, you know, go through gear, advance in places and all that stuff. And also, you know, do the events. It's a lot of work. Either way, I plan on doing more videos right now. I've been wanting to do videos where I'm looking at champions kits and putting my input on what I would do for buffing. Like if I was part of the development team, obviously I'm not, and I don't know how much inspiration Raid developers get from content creators or players in general about their champion upgrades. But that's one of the things I find the funnest, just like speculating, or not speculating, but like, I don't know if it would be theory crafting, but just looking at champions kits and seeing where they would go best at, and also what I would do to like power them up. I was thinking of just, you know, trying to do like talking about champions kits alongside with doing like champion showcases, but it's hard when right now I'm like still struggling with my gear, trying to like clean it up. I've got my inbox almost completely full of gear, and yeah, it's just a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing this wrong, but it's hard to keep up with accessories and gear. Because I feel like I have a lot of decent pieces that I shouldn't be selling, but because there's no more space, almost forces me to. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one struggling with this, but I don't feel like I am. But yeah, I decided to just not worry about doing champion showcases, especially because I wanted to do showcases with champions that I have maxed out at the moment, and it's hard to get skill tomes to max out champions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing videos on champions kits and what I would consider, because again, this is something that I really enjoy, and hopefully you guys will enjoy as well. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to some content, not just again Raid, but also Watcher, if you do watch my Watcher content. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys stay tuned, and I also do plan on eventually doing some more like content on starting new Raid accounts and doing like challenge runs where I'm using either specific factions or specific rarities. I was thinking of doing like a new account where the like whatever epic / legendary I get from my shards, I will max out and build regardless of how strong or not they are, and try and see what places they will go best in. I don't know. It sounds exciting for the moment. Maybe once I start it, it'll be a lot more miserable than what it sounds, but I've been kind of wanting to do that. So again, there's stuff I've been wanting to do, so hopefully you guys are excited for that and stay tuned for it. But I'll leave you guys at that. Let me know if you guys went ahead and pulled any primal shards, and if you got lucky with any legendary or mythical champions. Hopefully I can pull or get a few more primal shards before the event goes away. It's possible, but not super likely. But we'll see. Either way, until the next video, guys, take care.